Look at the age of this old tree. You know, I'm sure it lost its leaves and everything a long, long time ago. I mean, look at that. Let's take a close look. Look at this poor tree. The roots are just about uncovered, you know, and if you see a lot of it, it's because the beavers have been around here. They've dammed this area up and stuff. But look at that old tree. Pieces of it all just fell right out. I bet this was a heaven for woodpeckers and everything. Because, you know, when you come out in the summertime, especially in the country, you can hear them pecking away. So it kind of gives you a general idea that this is one of the trees that they would really love. Because, of course, in the heat of the summer and everything, it's going to be full of bugs and stuff. So, but you can see, you know, when you look, you can see some of the new cuttings of the beaver, and you can tell the old cuttings too. So these right there, you can see that that's really fresh, you know, because it looks like freshly cut wood. And then we have some, like if you look over here, oh, let me move this branch here, like right there, those are last fall's cutting, because there's a darkness. You know, it's not fresh. There's a little bit of a darkness to the tips. So you know that's not fresh. But if you look right off to the side, then you can see fresh. That's fresh, and that's not. So it's just like over here. You can see that that is not, let's see, right there. That is not fresh. That's an old one. So you can see all that when you look around. Like this one's somewhat fresh, but not the freshest. Not last night's fresh, because you can tell by all the chips and everything, even though they're wet and everything, you can tell they're older. So this is not fresh. But when you get up closer up there, you know, because they have dam there, and they've dammed over there, you know, you can kind of see that's a lot fresher right there. But then if you look off to the side, you can see that those are not. So, you know, when you take a trip, you know, or just a nature walk, you know, with your family and everything, these are all things to point out. You know, especially if you get close to a beaver dam and everything, which is exactly what these guys have done around here. They've made themselves useful. They've gotten a lot wider this year and stuff. But you can see, you know, that's not fresh. This is last fall and everything. Here you get a little bit better at it. And then we have some that's out front, closer to the shore and everything. Let me see. I can just get there for you. But I mean, they've done quite an area here. Oops. You can see, there. Now that's what you pick those all up, all those little feathers up and everything, because you can use them to make your fly for fishing. You know, when you take a nature walk, you know, don't let nothing go to waste now. You know, there's all kinds of stuff you can do. Pretty muddy. Wear your boots if you're going through the water like I do. Not afraid of a little water. If you fall, well, you'll learn. It's all about balance. Grabbing onto a stick, help you along the way. Okay, now you can kind of see this one here. It's rather on the old side. Still making my way here. I heard the ducks earlier, so I was in hopes the ducks were out here. Okay, you can see, whoops. Let me zoom that out a little bit. Okay, now you can see some of that. This here is all from last fall and stuff. Even though you can still see some cuttings right here on the ground and everything that look rather fresh, they're still around the area. Okay. And you can see that. Well, look, they've been chopping away right here. Now this one here is definitely a fresh one. See, and you can see all the shavings. They haven't had time to be weather beaten or anything like that. So this has happened in the past couple of days. But that you can see on this one, now that's last fall. But see how it darkened and everything, and it caught the rain and, you know, sap or whatever, a little bit of water on there, darkened it all up. But this one's fresh. So, you know, point those things out. Let the kids learn a little bit about nature when you take them in the woods for a walk. And that's very healthy. Get them outside. All right. Hope you've enjoyed my bringing this to you. Bye-bye for now. Yeah, we still got some snow on the ground. You know, this is only like the second week of April, so it'll go. Bye-bye.